Hey there, YouTube! This is Big Stack McGee here with another silver video for you. Today I'm doing a video response to a challenge that was posted by Ape Man last month about things that you can do to change your habits so that you might be able to save more money for stacking purposes. Whether it's cut back on your budget, eat out less, smoke less, whatever it is that you can do to try to raise a little bit more cash to put towards metals. Well, for me, I already have a pretty good ability to live under my means and save. So what I decided to do was to raise more cash to be able to spend. So what I did was I redoubled my efforts on eBay as a seller. And I also was able to sell a piece of furniture that I've had sitting around for a while. But bottom line is, what you see in front of you here, these beautiful Canadian silver dollars, it's 24 extra ounces that I would not normally have had I not kind of followed through with my objective of raising extra cash for precious metals. So I was able to raise a little bit more than $500 for these 40 beautiful Canadian silver dollars here. So it was a really good opportunity for me to set a goal and follow through. And if you watch Ape Man's most recent video, he talks a little bit about what he was able to do, and he was able to save a significant amount. I want to say it was either 17 or 27 extra ounces of silver, that more than he had planned on, because he was able to cut back. I just think it's a great idea. I mean, if for no other reason than to help ourselves be accountable, to instead of just letting your money drift away, put a purpose to it and have a plan for it. I really appreciate his most recent video for that reason, because you can just tell from watching that he's a very diligent person and he has a reason for the things that he does. And so if you struggle with that in your own life, look to people that are starting to get this stuff together as inspiration for that. And so I would start right there. Subscribe to Ape Man. Check his stuff out. I want to talk just briefly about eBay for a moment. In previous videos, I've talked a little bit about how I can find great deals on metals on there, but there's nothing more fulfilling than finding a great deal on eBay and then spending money that you earned as a seller off selling junk. Or I say junk loosely. I'm not referring to junk silver either. I just mean like stuff that you really don't need, or things that you purchase for the sole reason of reselling. For me this month, a lot of my extra sales came from tungsten carbide rings. I found a place online. I have several deals websites that I subscribe to, and they were having cheap tungsten carbide rings, and they were going out of business, and so they were doing a liquidation. And I was able to pick up about 30 rings of various sizes for right around $3 or $4 a piece, and I just bought them all. I looked at their inventory, just decided I'm going to take them all, and so I've been sitting on them for about a year. I've had sold a couple just locally, but I listed a bunch on eBay. I ended up selling I think it was 8 of them this month. And, some of them didn't sell and whatnot. That's fine. But the ones that I did sell more than paid for all of the other ones that I have sitting here. So I have extra inventory that's just sitting around that has already been paid for. Something else I like to do is find designer clothes. Sometimes my wife will go to yard sales and rummages and things like that, and I ask her to make sure she looks for designer clothes, and then we, as long as they're in good condition, and we can resell them on eBay really easily for extra money. But I also want to cue you, and this isn't something I did this month, but this is just a tip for sales on eBay if you're just wanting to get into it. This is like awesome stuff here. So, think seasonal things. What can you do? What can you buy that's out of season that you can sit on and later sell when it's in season? And for me, the ultimate score on eBay is waiting until Halloween is over, and then buying extra costumes once they're on 75% to 90% off. And if you live, in the States, and you know what I'm talking about, in the big box stores, the first week after Halloween, they mark stuff down 25 or 50%. But if you wait about 2 weeks to 3 weeks, they start getting sick of having that stuff out, and they just want to liquidate it all. So I usually wait until they're around 75 to 90% off, and then I just go buy everything. And then I sit on all of that stuff for basically a full year, and then in the 6 to 8 weeks before Halloween, I start listing things on eBay. And here's an example. So I was one big box store, I want to say it was Target, and they were selling these adult size like Dracula capes, like a witch's cape or something like that. And normally they sell for about $10, and they were selling them for 99 cents. Well, I just bought every single one that they had. And you know what? I sold every single one of those things on eBay for about, between $6 and $8. But you don't have to be, a mathematician to understand the kind of profits that you can generate, depending on how much volume you want to go through with that. But that's just one way that I like to raise extra money for precious metals. And so the more footwork I put in and kind of product that I accumulate, the easier it is to have things to sell. So, and of course, it takes some time to list items, but the more you do, the faster you get at it and whatnot. But so that was my challenge in response to Ape Man for this month, was to raise some extra money using that. And so between eBay and selling that furniture, I was able to do that. So I'm curious for you folks, what do you guys do to raise some extra money for precious metals? Obviously, you can cut back a little bit and try to raise some money, but if you put your mind to it and you wanted to raise an extra $500 next month, what would it take for you to do that? Would you pick up extra hours of work? Would you do some odd jobs? What is it that you could do to raise 500 extra bucks? And if you did that, what would you buy with it? If you're going to stack it, let's assume that silver prices are right where they are right now, which is hovering, a little less than $20 an ounce. What would you do with that money towards your own stacking? So with that, I'm going to leave you. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Saturday. I hope you get a chance to get outside, enjoy the nice weather. This is Big Stack McGee. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.